Hi parents, this is Mrs. Stoker coming to you from the classroom here. I wanted to not only give you a little flip video myself, but to talk to you just a little bit about corrections and making corrections, and hopefully make it so that your child can achieve the best success they can in making corrections. I allow students, in fact, encourage them to make corrections with mistakes made either during their homework or during a quiz or during a test. There are a few things that I do ask them to do. For example, I ask them to use a red pen when they make their corrections. That way they stand out and I can easily find them. When you're looking through a whole stack full, believe me, that's quite a help for me. Secondly, and probably one of the most important, is that they show understanding of the concept. Making a correction does not just mean showing the right answer. I want them to show understanding of what they are doing. Okay. I also ask that they can have an extra, or I allow them to have an extra night. So if we've corrected homework, they've missed, whether it just be one or two or whether it's a few more than that, they have till the next day to make those corrections and turn it in. No late penalty, anything like that, because that's how important corrections are. Learning from our mistakes is really important. Quiz and test corrections do have a due date that must be met. Now, obviously, if a person is absent the day that they're due, I'm not going to, not count theirs. They would need to bring it in when they return, and that would, I feel, be an obvious exception. If you have a problem like this, -3 + 5 is -8, which is incorrect. There are a couple ways that a person could correct that and show understanding. A person could show that these are unlike signs, meaning one is negative and one is positive, should be subtracted. So a person could actually write unlike signs, subtract. Or they could just redo it and show that -3, here we go. Let's see here. Well, my pen is not wanting to work with me, so sorry about that. But they could actually show that 5 minus 3 would equal 2, and that the answer would be a +2 because 5 is farther from 0. Now, obviously, they don't have to write every word of that, but they do need to write some. This is another problem that is wrong. The person did not line up their decimals here, and that is something that they could actually write, did not line up decimals, or they could simply, with their red pen, work the problem again, showing how they should have been lined up and what the correct answer would be. When it comes to a vocabulary quiz, and again, I've gone through all of this in class with the students, so this is more of just so that you are getting correct information as well. On a vocabulary quiz, they also need more than just the correct answer that should have been there. So here is an example. This was actually one of the questions on the last quiz that we took. 28 times 0 equals 0 is an example of the blank, and they had to fill in the correct property. This person filled in identity property of addition, which is wrong. The correct answer is 0 property. So they either need to show an example different than that one, or they could give an explanation or definition. The 0 property says that any number times 0 will equal 0. So this is a perfect correction for that, for that vocabulary. All right, I hope that answers maybe some questions if you had any about making corrections. If you have any questions or concerns, as always, please don't hesitate to contact me. I do offer credit back on both homework, tests, and quizzes, on all of the above. Homework, I go under the assumption that homework, we're still learning how. So they can achieve full credit if they can show full understanding. I always tell them, if it took you 2-3 times till you got it, at least you got it, and that's what's important. If it's a quiz, I offer partial credit, so either half or quarter credit, depending on the correction. And on a test, it would be the same thing, either partial credit on the in-class test either half or quarter credit depending on the quality of the correction. All right, thanks parents. Good night.